Guys, what are we doing? I gotta break up this fight. Now this guy is hungry. He wants his food. All right, big guy, it's time to go back in your enclosure. Basically, freshwater sea turtles. All the little babies are interested in their food. Guys, do you see them? All these albino turtles are just naturally friendly. And right now, we are gonna feed her in 3, 2... What is up, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you guys are having just an absolutely amazing day. And for those that are new here, well, I'm Jacob, and welcome to my crazy jungle. Today, we're going to be going around and we're going to be doing a tour of all of the reptiles that call my jungle home. Not only are we going to be going on a tour with these reptiles, we are also going to be feeding some of them. And today, we're going to be starting out with my Galapagos tortoises. So, we got our Galapagos tortoises here. We've got our young raise-up Galaps, and we got our older ones. You guys know these guys. We've been raising them up for quite a while, and these are some of the coolest tortoises you can own. So these are the world's largest, and they get up to 500 pounds when they're full grown. We got our big ones out there grazing, but right now we are going to feed them some treats. We've got some carrots and lettuce. Their main diet is all the grasses and greens that you see in here, but we do like to give these guys treats, and they absolutely love the carrots, but this guy's a little shy. But I think he's gonna come out. Come. You've almost got it. Oh, and he took it right out of my hand, just like that. That's perfect. And then for our little Aldabra friend, we're just gonna toss that over that way. But we're gonna start out with our big Galapagos tortoises. Now, this is the guy that I've raised from a tiny little hatchling. This tortoise, it's really hard to see just how big this tortoise is on camera. But I'm gonna come and I'm gonna lay next to this tortoise just so you guys can see just how big this tortoise is. This thing is massive. This tortoise has got to weigh, I think, like 140 pounds now, or 130 pounds. I have no idea. All I know is this tortoise is massive. I've raised her from a baby. She's looking like a female. So we're thinking in about 25 to 30 years, we might have some babies. And yes, you guys heard that right. These Galapagos tortoises and Aldabras actually take a long time to get mature. If these guys are gonna reproduce, they're gonna do so at about 25 or 30 years. And these guys, our oldest is only 12 years old, so we've got a long way to go. And right here, we've got our biggest Galapagos tortoise at my zoo. So this guy's about 12 years old, and an absolute stud of a tortoise. Now this guy is hungry. He wants his food, and we're gonna give him just that. So these Galapagos tortoises love to eat their food. Now their main diet, like I told you guys, is all of the grasses and greens that you see growing in here, but as an occasional treat, we do give them store-bought greens. But the healthiest thing for these Galapagos tortoises is the grasses and hay that grow naturally here in Florida, as well as hay you can get from the feed store. We also give him a Missouri tortoise diet. But coming out here and listening to the tortoise ASMR while he's eating lettuce heads, well, there's nothing like it. I've also been reading your guys' comments, and I've been hearing a lot of people ask about merch. Well, we have merch on the website. This is one of the designs that we have. I don't think I've shown this one yet, but this is our Jaguar logo. We also have the Redland Conservation Center logo on this sleeve, and we've got the American flag on this sleeve. So if you guys want some cool merch, we've got it on the website. We've also got hats, we've got hoodies, we've got basically anything you guys could want. And almost all the proceeds from all the merch go right back into our animal care, and we are actively donating to conservation projects. We're donating to CrocFest. We're sending trail cams abroad. So if you guys want to support conservation, you want to support my animals, and you like cool merch, well, go to any of my websites after today's video and get yourself some merch. So next up, we're going to be checking out my Rhino iguana. So right in here, we've got one of my female Rhino iguanas. Now, we've had to separate most of these guys because they've been kind of aggressive with each other, but she doesn't know we got a carrot right there. Now, these Rhino iguanas are not really aggressive, but we don't spend a lot of time with them, so they're just a little bit territorial. But if you spend a lot of time with them, these guys can be incredible puppy dogs. And we also got another carrot for you. So these guys love their vegetables. Now you can see why they call them the Rhino iguanas, because they've got those rhino horns on their head, and these guys can be found all throughout the Dominican Republic and Haiti. Now each island in the Caribbean has their own special rock iguana on the island. So these guys are in the DR in Haiti. You've got the other iguanas from Grand Cayman, and you also have them all throughout the Bahamas. And right over here, we've got another Rhino iguana. So I just want to show the carrot, and she's going to come out, and I think she might charge us. So we're just going to toss the carrot. Okay, we want to be careful at the door because she can be just a little bit crazy. We got one of our female Rhino iguanas. This is Luna, but I don't think she saw that we put her carrot right there. Mama, it's right there. So I made it over to Rico right now, and he is ready to eat some food. So Rico is my Cuban rock iguana from Puerto Rico. So both in Cuba and Puerto Rico, there are rock iguanas, and this is what you would call a Cuban rock iguana. So you can see they're kind of similar to the rhinos, but they don't have the horns. they have the same spikes and they have a very similar body. But Rico right here is what you would call that classic Cuban iguana. He's got those beautiful rusty orange colors. So what's really cool about these rock iguanas is how tame they are. So we can actually let Rico walk out of his enclosure to eat a little snack and he will not run away. And right now, Rico is actually shedding. So this shed is actually ready to come off. So we're gonna help him out. Now, this other shed is still got some time left on, but this stuff that's peeling up, well, we're gonna give him a hand. And of course, we cannot forget his girlfriend Lola. Now, these iguanas are actually all dull in color because of how gray it's been, but when they're all colored out in the sun, they're absolutely beautiful. So we're gonna put our carrots right here, and she's gonna come down. And don't worry, Mama, we got that one right there for you. She fell again. All right, I have it right here. There it is, now you got it. So guys, you can see the difference between the females, and these iguanas are actually sexually dimorphic. And what does that mean? That means that the females and the males are gonna look a little different. The females are much smaller, their heads are much smaller, and overall in size, she's about 2 feet and he's about 4. All right, big guy, it's time to go back in your enclosure. Come on down, let's go on the shelf. So that's another good thing about these Cuban iguanas is we just picked him up with one hand and he didn't mind it one bit. And up next, we have my favorite lizard ever, which is Dino. Dino is the first lizard that I ever hatched from a tiny little baby, and as you can see, he is the tamest lizard of all. Now, Dino is actually a Grand Cayman Lewisii hybrid, so that means he's a cross between a Grand Cayman blue iguana and a Cuban iguana, but he definitely has more Grand Cayman in him than he does Cuban iguana, because you can see just how blue he is. If you come right here to his head, he's completely ice blue, and you can look at all of his dorsal spines. This is a real-life dragon right in my yard. And right in here, we have Dino's brothers and sisters. So we have his brothers and sisters living right next to him, and these iguanas are all gonna come around and they're gonna start eating the lettuce. Getting to come in here and socialize with these little baby iguanas, well, it's so much fun. And getting to see him next to his siblings, well, it makes it even better. And next up today, we have our sulcata redfoot hybrids. Now, most of you have probably never seen a tortoise like this. So this is a cross between an African sulcata and a South American red-footed tortoise. You can see he's got the shell of a sulcata, he's got the spurs on his leg of a sulcata, but he's got the colors of a redfoot. You can see the skin is orange, and these are definitely one of the strangest animals I own. Guys, check out that tail right there, and what I want you guys to do right now is let me know in the comments, what do you think this tail is from? It's from a lizard that's living in the water, and we are at our next reptile of the day, and that is our Cayman lizard. We've got our South American Cayman lizard. Now, we don't want to get too close to this guy because he is quite aggressive. If we get too close, he might try and attack us, but he's probably gonna jump in the water. But you can see, we've got this beautiful lizard right here today. He's absolutely amazing, and the sun is kind of going down, so it's really hard to get his colors. So soon enough, we're gonna be building him a new habitat, but because this guy was given to us, we had to set him up in something simple and quarantine him for the time being. And this guy looks like he wants to take a nap, so we're gonna leave him be. What's up, buddy? So right here, we're at our albino turtle pond, and we got all of our albinos. Now, most of these guys are down below, so we're just gonna start sprinkling some of our food for them. We're just giving them a little snack right now to get them up to the surface. But right here, we've got one of our lemon albino red ear sliders, and this is our male. Now, you know he's a male because he's got those long nails. We've got some lime ones, and we have some regular albinos. So these guys are hanging out. They're absolutely amazing, and we've got my favorite cooter turtle right here. What's up, buddy? This is his favorite little hangout spot. We've had him from a hatchling, and he's so cool. Come here, little guy. So what we're doing is we're trying to coax this female here, but she might try and take our finger off. We have no idea, but all these albino turtles are just naturally friendly. You can see he's just basking on my hand, and they don't mind it one bit. So right here we have our fly river corner. So we're gonna be putting one of our fly rivers in here. This is currently being set up. So we've got our sand and substrate in here. We just gotta do our filter, we gotta add the water, we gotta add plants, and then over here is what the final product is going to look like. This one's been set up for a couple days. It's been running, and it is looking absolutely amazing, and our fly river is right there on the bottom by the filter. So we're just gonna reach in and get them out. So these fly river turtles are basically freshwater sea turtles. They've got flippers like sea turtles. They look like sea turtles. These guys are one of the rarest turtles you can own, and basically the Louis Vuitton of water turtles. So we're just gonna let this little guy back into his pond just like this, and he should swim right down to the bottom. Look at that, he's gonna go right back to his spot. And right here, look at that, we've got little cichlids living with him. And now that we got to check out our fly river, we are checking out our other tortoises over here. We got our bigger radiated in this pen, so I'm assuming that she's gonna be in here. When I mean she, I mean him. And we got our big radiated tortoise right here. And like I was telling you guys, one of the most endangered tortoises on the planet. So we're gonna leave this guy to hang out and go to sleep. And then right in here, through the cactus jungle, we have our star tortoises from India. We have Burmese star tortoises from India. And the reason why they call them these star tortoises, as you can see, is because their shell pattern on their scutes actually look like stars. So if we actually rinse them and we get them wet, you can see the beautiful star patterns. And these guys are extremely friendly, and they come right over looking for food. All right, guys, so we've got your favorite treat here. So we got the tortoises eating some cactus, which is one of their favorite treats in the world and also the healthiest for them. So we got more tortoise food, and we have got our turtle food for our aquatic turtles, and right now we are making our way into the back. So we've got to feed these turtle ponds here, and then we've got to feed the cherry head tortoises in there. And right in here we have some hungry turtles. Now, we just changed this water, but because of the sun in the summertime and the heat, everything grows so quickly. So we got one of our terrapin turtles in here, and then the rest of this pond is filled with snake neck turtles and pink belly side necks. And right here we got their food. So we got some aquatic turtles here. We're gonna grab a handful of pellets, and we're just gonna bring it here. But honestly, these turtles are gonna eat a lot more than that. I'm gonna see if I can get one of these albinos out right now while he's eating. Look at that, we got one of the albino pink belly side necks, and because he's eating, it's actually pretty chill right here. But putting my hands in the turtle ponds while they're eating, well, it's not a good idea. And right in here we have some of our Japanese pond turtles, so we're gonna sprinkle some pellets inside of here. Now their water is a little bit cleaner, and they were changed at the same time, but these guys over there, they dirty it really fast. Looks like we might have some turtles actually breeding here. What are you guys doing? I think we got some breeding turtles in here. And then over in this pond, we have our Indian spotted, which is somewhere in here. I don't know if you guys can see her. I'm not seeing her, but we're gonna put a little food in here. And for our Indian spotted, we're gonna put another bit of food in there. We have our male and female separate just because they fight. So we got all of our water turtles fed back here. And I almost forgot, we've got this pond, but I don't wanna go this way because guys, oh, there's spiders. Guys, look at these spiders. There's like 50 of them right here in this little spot. Now, I don't know what was going on in this pond right here, but as you could see, the water hyacinth compared to this pond is all disturbed, which we might have had some turtles breeding in here. Or they might be eating the plants, I'm not sure, because the Indian spotteds like to eat plants, and we got a couple more in here. But right here, we're just gonna put a few more pellets. Guys, there she is. She was right there. There she is, right at the surface. You can see her little head, but she got a little bit spooked. So right in here, we've got our albino sulcata tortoise in here. So yes, we have an albino tortoise, which is actually quite rare. So he should be right under here. Yes! Look at this beautiful little gem. So this is about a yearling albino sulcata tortoise. Guys, seriously, quiet on set. Hello guys. How are you doing? You want to say hi? Hello? Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, yes. How are you doing? Yes. Hey. Hi. Hi. Yes. Very nice. Yes. You are. Yes. So right in here we have another group of cherry heads, and we're gonna put their food right here on this feeding stone. And we got kind of two areas for them. We got this front stone, and we have this back area that we feed them in. So these are the two areas that we find are best to feed these tortoises. And we've got a whole bunch of them. So you can see they're all gonna start coming out of their house. This guy has already made it over to the food. And these are some of the parents of the baby cherry heads that we produce. So what makes the cherry heads so different from the redfoots, when you actually take water and you wet their shell, you're gonna see that these guys have that beautiful marbling. And as adults, they keep that marbling, so you can see that beautiful marbling right here. But my favorite part on this guy is his head. He's got that beautiful cherry head yellow eye. He's got the beautiful head, and we're gonna let him on down with the rest of his buddies. And as you can see, the cherry heads are loving their food today. We've got romaine, we've got flowers, we've got all their favorite treats, and these guys have got a perfect diet. And we also have babies available. So if you guys have been wanting a cherry head and you wanna own a piece of my jungle, well, go to my website after today's video and get yourself a tortoise. And of course, we cannot forget our Chinese box turtles. So we've got tilapia for them that we're gonna feed them in just a little bit, but we still gotta get the rest of our cherry head friends. And these guys are out and they're waiting next to their stone and they're waiting for their food. So we're just gonna dump our food right in there for the rest of our cherry heads. You ready for some food? I know he's ready, and I know she's ready. And we've gotta load up some food for our yellowfoot tortoises. So we're gonna get this bucket nice and filled up, and they're waiting right by their stone. These tortoises know when they're being fed. They literally smell it in the air. So we got our lettuce in here, and these guys should come over and start eating in no time. And right in here we have our Mexican giant musk turtle, and we're gonna see if this guy wants to eat. Guys, he's coming up to the surface. Look at this. He's gonna snap on it. Oh, look at him. He just took it, and like that, in 2 seconds, he literally swallowed it. Now we also got to get some food for our little terrapin friend here. So we have one of our terrapins in here, and our other terrapin is way over in that pond because we can no longer keep them together due to new laws. But we've got one terrapin here, which is absolutely beautiful. Now this one does have some stunting on his shell from when it was given to me, but nonetheless, this is a beautiful diamondback terrapin. We're just gonna let this guy back down into his pond with his little musk turtle friends. Guys, look at the mouth on the Mexican musk turtle. You can see the bottom of his mouth almost has this hook-like beak, which would definitely hook you. Now these guys are crazy. You can see they've got a giant mouth, and what they do is they sit on the bottom of the water with their mouth open, waiting for a fish to swim in, and as soon as the fish swims in, they're gonna snap shut. So right now we just made it back into the box turtle habitat, and we've got some tilapia, and these guys are definitely interested, and I think we're gonna get him. Look at that, he's gonna come eat right out of our hand right now. Oh, just like that, guys. That is why these turtles are so much fun, because they're so personable. They've got beautiful heads. They're one of the rarest turtles you can own, and being able to come out and hand feed them, it's just so much fun. Guys, comment down below. Is he gonna eat? Oh, he almost took my finger off in that bite. Look at this little guy. So right in here, we have got our baby raise-up Chinese box turtles, and these guys are all in the water now. These guys are not as friendly. We're just gonna toss a couple chunks in here, because again, I don't think these guys are actually gonna come, but you can see just how cute they are and just how small they are compared to the other ones. These guys are absolutely adorable and one of the coolest turtles you can own. So the reason why they really call these guys box turtles is because their shell is actually hinged in 3 different positions. So they're able to lock themselves up like a box. So this part of the shell closes and the bottom part. So they'll close up perfectly if they're being ambushed by a predator. So right here, we have got all of my Amazon tree boas, and they are hungry and they are ready to eat. And today's meal is going to be some tiny baby quail. So we've got some little quail thawed out. So shout out to Blake's Exotic Feeders for these quail. So we have our beautiful Amazon tree boas. So we have a couple different colors, and this is our most beautiful one. You can see this one is absolutely gorgeous. And my second favorite is this yellow one. So they're all beautiful and unique in their own way. And right now we are gonna feed her in 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, she just nailed the quail. And right here, we've got one for our other female. Come on, pretty girl. Come on. Oh, just like that. Guys, these Amazon tree boas are quick to grab their prey, and that is exactly what they would do in the wild. They'd be sitting up in the trees, waiting on the branches for tiny little birds and who knows what else. All right, come here, little guy. Come on. Oh, and he got it. And we have our third and final tree boa that we're going to be feeding a snack to. Come on, buddy. So right now we've got all 4 of our Amazon tree boas eating their food. So now we're going to head into the reptile shed and check out our other animals. We made it into my reptile shed, and we got the prettiest baby turtles in the world here. So right here we've got our baby Indian spotted turtles, and this one I would say is probably the prettiest out of all of our babies. So this is one of the many species of turtles that we breed here, and this is one of my absolute favorite turtles because of those beautiful polka dotted spots. And as you can see, each and every one of these turtles is a little bit different. Some of them are a little bit darker, some of them are a little bit lighter, but this one has got the perfect balance of spots with those beautiful golden colors. So we got a lot of these babies. We had a really good season of baby turtles because as you can see, we've got a million of these little guys. And right now we're just gonna sprinkle some food all throughout their little habitat so they can eat. So we're giving them some hatchling turtle diet, and these little guys are gonna immediately go up to the turtle food and start eating. All the little babies are interested in their food. Even this little guy that's in the shallow water, you can see he's going right for that tiny pellet, and he's gonna get it just like that. Watching these little turtles eat is one of the most satisfying things ever. So we went ahead and fed our red-tailed boas some rats. So we fed this pretty girl a large rat, and then right down here, we've got another one of our boas eating a rat. So all of these red-tailed boas I actually caught at a wild population here in South Florida, one of the only populations. So I caught these guys years ago. They're absolutely beautiful, and as you can see, these boas love their rats. We've got her back in her tank, and when she's coiled up on that rat, she doesn't want to let go. So right in this 750-gallon pod, we have a giant snapping turtle. If you guys have been following the channel, you will know that we rescued this snapping turtle from a construction site pond. A buddy of ours, Dave, called us up to come rescue him. He was living in the construction pond, and ever since he's been here. So right now, we're tapping the sides to get his attention because he is going to sense the vibrations, and he's going to come up and he's going to come look for some food. And today, we got a delicious rat for him, but we do want to watch out because this is a giant snapping turtle that weighs about 40 pounds. And if we were to stick our fingers in at the wrong time, well, he would definitely take them off. Okay, so I'm not seeing our snapping turtle anywhere, so we're just going to drop this guy in and we're going to let him float down.
Bye, buddy.
Guys, the snapping turtle is here. It's like he smelt it the second he went in the water. Guys, do you see him? I don't want to stick my fingers in, but he's right there. And right here, guys, this is what they do this time of year. We've got 2 males fighting each other, and we have some other tortoises breeding. Guys, come here. Hey, 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 whoa. Guys, what are we doing? Hey, I gotta break up this fight. What are you doing, sir? You be nice. Guys, I can't believe we just broke up a tortoise fight. It is seriously never a dull day at my zoo, and you never know what you're gonna come across. And last but not least, we're gonna head over to our water monitors that we just recently set up, and we're gonna check up on them and see how they're doing. So right in here, we have the water monitor enclosure that we recently finished for our monitors. So they're hanging out inside of here, and we're gonna open up the door, and we're gonna see what they're up to right now. So inside of here, we got it fully planted. We've got a little water pond for them. We've got rocks, we've got platforms, and I think they're inside of their rock. So right in here, we've got a cave rock, and you can see the monitor right here. You can kind of see her. We got Cyrax the monitor inside of the hole. Hey, pretty girl. As you can see, she's popping her head out of her rock right now. She's flickering her tongue, and she is a little bit huffed out in her defense position, and she went right back into her cave, guys. And well, that, my friends, is going to end today's episode. I hope all of you guys did enjoy watching today's video of all of my reptiles. Right now, I'm hanging out with my capuchin monkeys. Alfie, say hey to everyone. You say hi. Guys, this is Alfie right here. So after hanging out with the reptiles, I'm gonna hang out with the monkeys. So if you guys want to see more of me and my animal family, well, all you guys have to do is go right now and subscribe below.